Now then, I have not seen a single video online about the 2026 Slash Plus with the HPR60 motor, so I decided I would put one out. If anyone's looking for information, hopefully this will help you out. Now, give you a bit of context. Been riding the Fuel EXE with the HPR50 for the last 12 months. My wife's going to be riding that one out today. We're currently at the Ponderosa, so we're going to head up over past the mast and into Llandegla Forest. Debs wants to do the blue, so I'll be massively over bike today, but hey, this is a video about this bike. This is the third ride I've had on this since getting it. Just a bit of a info on the upgrades I've done. Uber Bike Race Matrix pads have gone in front and rear straight away, because I'm running the DB8 brakes, and the Uber Bike pads are brilliant with those, to be honest. Also got the DMR bars with a 35mm rise, the DMR stem, and other than that it's pretty much stock, apart from an absolutely massive dropper. We've got a 240mm one up, fits in there fine. This is a medium frame, by the way, so yeah, 240mm dropper fits a medium frame, and I've still got a little bit hanging out just to get to my saddle height. Medium frame's really good for me. I'm 5'10". I do like a slightly smaller bike. I probably could have gone with the large, but the feel of this for me, being the medium, is absolutely incredible. I would say anybody that's 5'10", if you like a nice tight turning bike, medium's what you want. If you like it a bit more stable on the fast downhills, then probably go for the large, but for me medium's really good. I'm gonna head out now and I'll do a bit of talking when we're out there, but it is dead windy, so probably wait till we get in the forest and we're out the wind before I talk anymore. See you in a bit. So a little bit of descent just now. Nothing significant just here. Do a little bit more talking once we're in the forest. Fell runner up ahead, so slow down a little. Onto this guy. Morning. Thank you for that. Cheers. I'll meet you at the blue turn. Okay, so not going to get much done here. Don't know what it's going to be like with the wind, but so this is the third ride now on this bike. Last Saturday was my first ride, and we went up to Cumwood. Incredible 24 kilometers with 1200 meters of climbing, which is about 4,000 feet. It's been 4,000 feet of descent, which at Cumwood, absolutely incredible. This bike being 170, Fox 38 on the front. I've done a little performance upgrade to the rear shock, actually. Put the low speed compression switch on it. It was about 30 quid for the low speed compression switch. It really does make a difference. You just tune that to how you like it. But the bike is so comfy, fits me really well. Really enjoying the descents. So I'm going to be massively over biked here, but see how we go. Now, in terms of the motor, having had the HPR50, the 60 is not massively noticeable in its additional power. It is noticeable first couple of minutes, definitely. When I started riding it last week, first couple of minutes definitely noticeable, but after that you just get used to it, I think. But the battery, yeah, say 24 kilometers, 1200 meters of climbing, and got back to the car with about 16%, I think. This colourway, by the way, is incredible. It's called Chameleon Green. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I love it. So I've got the drone up behind me now. Hopefully I can do some overlay drone footage as we just pedal through the woods a little bit. Deb's just gone off ahead while I got the drone out. Yeah, so I'm saying 1200 meters of ascent. Now bear in mind, I weigh about 95 kilo with all my gear on, so the 580 watt hour battery is performing really well, and that was with trying to smash it, you know, if you took it easy. That was entire ride pretty much in boost. So you took it easy, you dropped it down. Like at the moment, I'm only in the first power mode, and it's telling me I've still got 8 hours and 10 minutes left, and we've been riding for 9 kilometers already. How many meters? We've done 255 meters of ascent, so you know, you've got decent battery life out of these things, got to say. What else? So how does this bike compare to the bike ahead? So that's a Fuel EXC with the 360 watt-hour battery, 50 newton meter motor. Dev's running a range extender on it today, so it's got an equivalent battery size to this, but of course I don't normally run it on there. That's of course full 29er. This is a mullet bike. That bike is really a trail bike in standard form, but it has been heavily upgraded. So I overstroked the rear shock, so it's 152mm on the rear, and it is running a RockShox main fork 170mm, so it is a bit of a kind of lightweight enduro bike really anyway, sort of all mountain thing, rather than just a trail bike now. Yeah, it's a decent bike, the Fuel EXC, I've got to say. Really no issues with it whatsoever. This bike, however, the Slash Plus, is an enduro bike. That's what it's designed to be. 170mm front and rear. Much prefer the mullet. My gig is a mullet, my hardtail's a mullet. Much just prefer the feel of the mullet, to be honest. And of course this is high pivot. One thing I would say with the high pivot bike, sorry if you can't hear that because of the wind, hopefully it's not, wind noise isn't too bad, but yeah, one thing with the high pivot is the chain line above the seat stay. It's so close, you get a bit of chain slap. That is noticeable on proper chunky terrain. But well, the wind again. But otherwise, it's not that bad at all. It's quiet. You don't really hear the motor ever. In terms of the motor feel, for anybody that's not ridden a HPR motor, they just feel like pedaling a normal bike. There's no sort of big power surge or anything. It's just like pedaling an easier gear, or you put in the same amount of effort, you just go faster. That's the thing, which is great, because a couple of weeks ago I rode at Cumwood on my nuke proof, and I literally did half the distance, just saying to Deb, did 12 kilometers and 600 meters of climbing in 3 hours. But on this last week I did exactly double, 24 kilometers and 1200 meters of climbing in the same amount of time. So, and that's what these kinds of bikes are really, really good for, particularly trying to build up my racecraft and just getting into hitting more and more trails. It basically just gives you the opportunity to do more in the same amount of time. In terms of the geo of this bike, it feels, or it is, the numbers say it's almost identical to my nuke proof, which is great, because when I jump between the two, there's not going to be a massively different feel. But just cut off from Deb, I'm going to do the final section of the red route. A little bit about this. Cheers, mate. Okay then, right. So this section of this bit of woods here was why I decided to have a go mullet when I was test riding the nuke proofs. I'd always thought it was a gimmick until then, and rode it, absolutely loved it. Morning guys. In terms of climbing ability on this little 60 newton meter motor, if you've got decent legs, it's absolutely phenomenal anyway. So they are more of a natural feel than other e-bikes. So if you've got a bit of power to give it, you'll enjoy it. absolutely just floats as well, because I think the full enduro setup with tyre inserts and everything, it's about 21.5 kilos, so it's not ridiculously heavy. That's lovely. Oh, we'll wait here for Deb. We just turned off the Offers Dyke and heading back up towards the mast. You might be able to see it in the distance. This path is pretty washed out. Some massive ruts. Don't make it. It's going to get pretty windy as soon as we get back out of the forest, so probably won't do any more recording after that. But we'll back down to the car, probably from here a couple of kilometres, maybe 3 at the most, and we've currently done 26.52, 728 metres of climbing, and the battery on this bike is at 42%. I've just come right up the fire road climb here and boost all the way. Been kind of on and off different modes, but since I were on our way back, I thought may as well use the battery. It's what it's for. And yeah, it's doing all right. So still got an hour left in it at full power mode, it says. Medium mode, an hour 36, and in eco 4 hours and 12 minutes still. So you know, you can really eat that out if you wanted to. And of course I've got the range extender if I ever want to do an absolutely massive ride. We were planning actually for tomorrow doing a huge 74-kilometre ride, but a lot of my riding buddies decided that was a bit too far for them, so hence why I just came out with the wife today. But give me a good opportunity to make a video. Hopefully it's not been too windy, hopefully the camera angles have been all right. So yeah, anybody thinking of a Slash Plus with the HPR60, so 2026 version, yeah, highly recommended. This is the 9.7 model, so it's, you know, not the top end one. I think the list on this is about 6,000. Shout out to the Bike Factory Chester, which is where this is from. And yeah, 2 colorways in the 9.7. There's a black and cosmic purplish colour, I think. Well, I don't know what it was called, which actually I'd originally wanted. Oh, that rut it is way too deep, and the pedal got caught out on that. But yeah, this green, actually, when they got this green in, it was like, wow, gorgeous bike. So yeah, highly recommended. We'll see if the wind's not too bad. I'll tell you what the distance has been and battery life was like when we get back. Any questions, drop them in the comments, or find me on Instagram at whatthefork_mtb. So there we are, end of the ride, 30.56 kilometres. It was 846 metres of descent, or looks like 843 ascent. What's that different when we started, where we finished? We're on 50%.